Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Ankr. So Ankr right now is continuing to drop and plummet with so many other altcoins across the market. We're seeing, Bitcoin right around 32K, but we see Ankr following suit with a 13.66% decrease, a massive drop in Ankr. And if we take a look at the last week, we're seeing basically a 30% decrease, and in the last month, a basically 51% decrease. So a massive drop across the board for Ankr, and we're continuing to see altcoins struggle in the month of June, and I believe July as well. As we get closer and closer to the month of July, we'll see what really does take place. But, realistically, we've talked about this downwards trend or this sideways trend at the very least for the months of June and July. And we talked about this for some time now, and I think we are going to continue to talk about this sideways bearish looking trend, down. And I think realistically, we're going to continue to see this for, 3 to 5 months before we see a bearish looking market turn bullish. So I think we are going to get back to that bullish part 2 of the market. It's just going to be a matter of time, and Ankr right now does need some time to kind of cool off, and we're not really getting that opportunity because we're continuing to see that downwards trend without Ankr getting, just a little bit of cool off time before we see it kind of increase yet again. So we are going to talk about a couple different articles today and really tweets that really give Ankr a bullish outlook in 2021, or I should say late 2021. If we get that bull run part 2, obviously. So Ankr is an Ethereum token, if you guys didn't know, that powers Ankr, a Web3 infrastructure and cross-chain staking DeFi platform that aims to make it easy and affordable for anyone to participate in blockchain ecosystems by building dApps, hosting nodes, or staking. The Ankr token can be used to pay for services on the Ankr platform, such as node deployment and API services, participate in on-chain governance, and also act as an insurance for network participants. So if we jump into actually an article talking about Ankr, this is a great article on investorplace.com. It was out 3 weeks ago, but it's still very, very relevant. It talks about how Ankr is yet another altcoin to consider once crypto prices stabilize. Volatility could continue near term, but Ankr does have long-term potential. So we're not going to jump straight into this and talk all about it, but it does say here in the first really, sentence, following the recent crypto crash, are things getting ready to stabilize? And if so, what does that mean for price of Ankr? Established coins like Bitcoin and rising star names like this one have been hit hard by the recent market maelstrom. Now, things may appear to be on the verge of recovery. However, it's really too early to tell. So we continue to see, obviously, the market is not on the verge of recovery. We continue to see that the market is continuing to decrease. And we talked about that, earlier in the month of June. June and July are going to be rough months, and we knew this going into it. But, realistically, when we do see crypto stabilize, I think Ankr is going to be a great investment. As of right now, we are going to continue to see Ankr as a rough investment opportunity, continuing to teach a lot of people that, jumping in with too much money that you can't afford to lose is a dangerous sentiment when jumping into crypto, as the volatility can really play a big factor. I do want to jump into a couple different tweets, showing that Ankr does have a long-term future is the Sunday recap of Ankr. Every single Sunday, they do a recap of Ankr on Ankr's Twitter, so definitely take advantage of that. Follow them on Twitter, and you'll be able to get your Twitter updates from Ankr. So Sunday recap being Ankr got listed on Gemini. A great listing, obviously, for Ankr, getting more accessibility really to Ankr. They talk about the capacity is fixed, new dashboard live on app.ankr.com, waitlist for ETH2 provider node available, the bi-weekly newsletter is out, and Reddit AMA, as well as they are hiring. So the fact that they're continuing to hire shows that they are looking at the long-term future. They're still looking for employees to make this thing better. And I think we are going to continue to see Ankr as something that goes better and gets bigger and bigger. So this is one interesting tweet here. So go up in value then. Cam looks like he's upset about the price not going up in value. And Let says, impossible when BTC is bearish. And that is pretty true. Unfortunately, every altcoin is pretty much following the crypto market right now. We don't have any altcoins really kind of breaking out during this price manipulation, I should say. If we jump into the price list right now, we take a look at the gainers. We're seeing 2 gainers. So District is up 42% and Mirror Protocol up 10%. If we look at the losers, there are so many losers. If we take a look at the change being on the lowest side, the lowest loser right now is at 3%. That's still a decent dip, and I think we're going to continue to see this kind of thing take place as we, continue to move forward through the month of June. We do see Bitcoin kind of climbing back up from that. We did have a 31K price earlier today at 7:30 a.m. We saw it at 31.7K, and now it's sitting right around that 32.5K. We'll continue to see if it recovers, but realistically, we've talked about a 25, 28K Bitcoin being a possibility, and I think Ankr is going to unfortunately have to follow really the rest of the crypto market. If we see here, also Ankr tweeted this out, and I thought this was very interesting for you guys who really don't know maybe much about internet bonds. So they have no fixed maturity depending on the POS protocol, and they can have an elastic supply as staked tokens can be unstaked. Having have staking rewards based on the inbuilt inflation rate of POS. So you can see some of the characteristics of internet bonds, as I can't talk there for a second, but we have no fixed maturity like we talked about. Staking rewards are based on the inbuilt inflation rate of the POS protocol instead of being based on debt like traditional bonds. Equity feature, as internet bond holders are co-owner of the POS network, and depending on the POS protocol, internet bonds can have an elastic supply as staked tokens can be unstaked, though it is not always the case. For example, with ETH until phase 1.5 or ETH2. So we jump into the ETH 2.0, I guess. But we jump into the next tweet here. This one talks about staking versus holding internet bonds, and you can see what the stakers get. So receive staking rewards and limited to the price upside potential of this stake token. Internet bondholders have so much more really available to them, and you can read about this if you guys want, but easy staking experience, instant liquidity, unlock possibility to stack several streams on passive income on top of staking rewards, thanks to DeFi, so you have mining, farming, lending, vaults, etc., and then also access to, cross-chain staking rewards on Ethereum network. So a lot of possibilities with Ankr, and that's exactly why we believe, obviously me, an investor place here, believe that Ankr could have a great opportunity of recovery when we do find a price stabilization. Jumping into the Ankr website, if you guys don't know, if you haven't been here before, it talks about Connect to Web3 in minutes and how they support more than 40 blockchain protocols for staking or developing purposes. They talk about their staking nodes, their developer APIs, and enterprise solutions. They have over 8,000 nodes deployed and trusted by blockchain pioneers around the world. And we won't jump too much farther into the website itself, but they do have this ETH2 staking solution, and it has launched. So you guys can definitely take a look farther into that if you guys want to. They talk about why stake with Ankr, obviously being that micro pool, staking manager, staking liquidity, and security. But like I said, we won't jump too much into this. We're going to jump right on back to our price of Ankr currently and give you guys price predictions for the future of Ankr and when we could actually see Ankr start to recover fully. So we take a look at the last 24 hours, still down 13%, still a very, very rough month, and continuing to be a rough couple of months, I believe, upcoming for Ankr as we move closer into July. Realistically, we do see Ankr struggling around this I believe 5 to 10 cent price point by the end of July. We're still going to be seeing a 5 to 10 cent price point. We may even have to really push it all the way down to 4 cents just because Ankr could continue on this downward spiral down. I think realistically 4 to 8 cents is going to be our price point for the upcoming 2 months ahead. I think we're going to see a lot of volatility around that range, but 4 to 8 cents is definitely, like I said, within the range that I believe Ankr will end up being. Going into the end of the year or end of 2021, that's where I think we could actually break out and maybe make a new all-time high push. We do have our all-time high right now around that 22.52%. I think Ankr could push right around a 25 to 30 cent range by the end of the bull market. So hopefully you guys didn't buy at the top, but if you guys buy around the 6 cent mark or 5 cent mark, depending on how low we go, you could actually find some great returns, in Ankr if you do believe in this coin as a long-term potential future. So it's definitely a coin to look out for. It's definitely a coin to look into. If you guys have any questions or comments about the coin, definitely let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to answer anything about Ankr specifically, or the price predictions I have obviously being on the conservative side of things. Let's hear what your guys' price predictions are, as like I said, mine are always realistic, conservative. Some of you guys have some long shots out there that's that's fine, that's perfectly fine, as long as you understand that they're a little bit of a long shot as well, as I understand mine are conservative. So definitely an interesting coin, definitely a coin that has a lot of value in it. It's just unfortunately going to continue to drop with the rest of the market. So we'll see what happens in the future of Ankr. We'll continue to keep you guys up to date with price predictions, as well as any big information or news that comes along with it. So thank you guys again, I said, and I'll see you guys in the next one.